To Soul Bowl in East Moline. This is a Western Big Six matchup on Football Friday here on TCI Channel 38. We have a matchup between the Alleman Pioneers and the United Township Panthers. And this is United Township's homecoming tonight. And you can hear the band in the background. Got a large crowd on both sides. And here come the Panthers for their homecoming, 1997. The Panthers come in with a record of 3-2, 1-1 in the Western Big Six Conference. The Alleman Pioneers come in the record of 1-4, 0-2 in the conference. With me tonight is Bill Isaacson. And Bill, this is your first game here on this side of the river.
Yeah, it is, and coming into this stadium, it's a downward slope stadium, so the crowd's really, and there's a bunch of crazy people out there, a lot of big UT fans out there, so we're going to have a loud ball game tonight, and a really good side on the Alleman side as well, so it should be a heck of a ball game, and it's going to be a loud one.
Well, both these teams have tremendous support. We also got a note here that number 54, Ryan Wild, was the homecoming queen. Homecoming king. Did I say queen? Yeah. We're having introductions of the Alleman Pioneers and the United Township Panthers. I was talking to Dana just before the game. He said that he was as healthy as they've been, except for the people who have the knee injuries. And he thought that they would, they were ready to play this game. There it is, who is that? That's yours. Number 25.
Darren Lavery, running back number 25.
Number 5 for United Township, Jamar Harris, halfback.
And number 28 for Alleman, that is Justin Hubbs, 5'9", 177-pound senior.
Number 10, Mike Freeman, the quarterback for the Panthers. Jeff O'Hearn.
Number 29 being announced is Jeff O'Hearn, 6'3", 182, and a senior.
Number 25 for the Panthers, Ernie Jack, 6 foot, 180, a junior.
Coming out now, number 31 for the Pioneers, that is Ryan Ekstrom, 5'6", 140 pounds, and a senior.
Number 34 for the Panthers, Terrence Clark, 6'2", 190, and a senior.
Now coming out for Alleman, number 60, that is Adam Stimson, 5'11", 205, and a senior.
Number 54, the homecoming king, Ryan Wild, 5'9", 165, senior.
62 on the Pioneers team is John Arnold, 5'11", 223, and a junior.
Number 62 for the Panthers, Mitch Remore, 5'10", 180, a senior.
Number 65 for Alleman is Chris Jones, 6'2", 201, and a sophomore.
Number 67 for the Panthers, Brian Swanson, 5'11", 181, a senior.
Number 26 for the Pioneers is Pat Martinez, 5'10", 150, and a senior.
Number 73 for the Panthers, Jason Connell, 6'1", 212, a senior.
Number 88, Tony DeUlio, 6 foot, 183, and a senior, now being announced.
Number 79, Ricardo Harris, 6'2", 231, and a senior. Corey DePorter.
Number 77 for Alleman, not on the roster.
Number 82, Travis Marner, 6'1", 181, and a senior.
And right now being announced, number 32, that is Adam Keeley, 5'10", 182, and a senior.
And he's a fine running back. For the Panthers, number 84, Brian Seals, 6'1", 180, and a freshman. Wow, it's unusual to see a freshman, but I've seen him a couple games and he's outstanding.
Got a freshman out there for UT and a sophomore out on the field for Alleman, so a couple of young kids being out there introduced to this big game status here at United Township High School. Should be a great game.
And the coaches for Alleman High School, Mike Tracy, assisted by Scott Burmall, Ernie Jack. Nope, that's United Township's coaches. Mike Tracy, Scott Burmall, Ernie Jack, Fred Segura, and the trainer Dean Beauchamp. And the coaches for Alleman.
Dana Just, assistants, Dave Gehader, Todd DePorter, and Jay Hatch.
I don't know if you can see the crowd, but it's a great crowd here tonight. Great evening, great crowd, and we expect a great game here tonight.
The thing that intensifies this crowd, I think, a little bit, Jess, is the way that the stadium's shaped. It's all in built into the side of a hill almost, and everyone's sloped down onto the field, so that's going to intensify the noise a little bit and see if that UT defense is going to get pumped up as they're going to take the field first.
Well, I think that's what you call the home field advantage in a cozy environment. Okay, Terrence Clark, strong leg, will be doing the kickoff. Take it away, Bill.
Ryan Ekstrom and Justin Hubbs back deep to return the kick for the Pioneers. High but short kickoff is going to be taken by one of the up men, number 25. That is Keeley. Gets the ball at the 20-yard line and gets his way up to near the 30.
I believe my number. He's hit by Monty Turner and Brian Swanson.
Check that, 25 Lavery was the return man. So that's where Alleman's going to set up. 1st and 10. Ball on their own 29-yard line.
Setting up the defense for the Panthers, I believe we have Ricardo Harris, Ryan Wild, Mitch Remore, Brian Swanson, Jason Connell. Never mind, that's the offense.
Under quarterback is number 9, Matt Frank.
Defense is set up in a 6-2.
Single eye backfield and a
number 88
early penalty.
Way too soon.
As 88, that is Tony DeUlio, got a little bit ahead of the snap count and took off just a few seconds too early. So that'll back Alleman up 5. 1st and 15 now.
And let me set that Panther defense again. That was Travis Marner is in, Jason Connell, Mike Vickroyan, Doug Seals, Terrence Clark. Well, these are the lineups that we got from the coaches earlier. J.J. Brokaw, Mike Freeman, Randy Frazier, Ernie Jack, Sylvester Banks, and Monty Turner is your defense.
Full house backfield now for the Pioneers. 1st and 15. Under center is Frank. Dropping back to pass now. Finds a receiver open, number 29, Jeff O'Hearn, and he is brought down near the original line of scrimmage, just short of the 30-yard line.
It looked like the tackle was made by number 25, Ernie Jack.
Second down 9 now for the Pioneers. Just underway here, 11.5 minutes to go, first quarter. So plays being run in by Alleman.
Number 20 for Alleman. Brian Donaway came in, and I didn't catch the number of the other runner.
Again, the full house backfield for the Pioneers. 2nd and 9.
Pitch.
Option pitch goes out to number 25. That is Lavery. Gets around the corner down to the 40-yard lines. He's near midfield and pulls into a man and out of bounds right at midfield.
And Terrence Clark makes the defensive tackle.
Nice run by Lavery to get around that outside corner and get a big gain right up to the midfield marker. It'll be 1st and 10 Pioneers after the big run by Darren Lavery.
In one of our earlier games, it was Lavery and Keeley who carried the ball a lot, and they were the workhorses for the Pioneers.
Ball marked just shy of midfield. 1st and 10 on the Alleman 49-yard line. That triple back set once again for Alleman. Handoff goes to number 25, Lavery once again. Gets maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. It'll be 2nd and long now for Alleman after Lavery ran into a big pile of Panther defenders.
He looked like he got hit by the middle, but we'll credit number 73, Jason Connell, and number 40, Monty Turner with the tackles.
So once again, a 2nd and 9 for the Pioneers. Lavery got a yard. Coming in now, number 31, Ryan Ekstrom, running into the play for Alleman. He'll come wide to the near side. Frank back under center now for the Pioneers. Runs the option, pitches out. The ball is fumbled by Lavery and out of bounds. Let's see who retains possession. It looks like the ball went out of bounds, so Alleman will keep possession. And a lucky break there for the Pioneers. It'll be 3rd and long at the midfield marker. Actually a gain of about 2 yards on the play, so 3rd down and about 7 yards to go in UT territory. Ball on the 48-yard line. Passing situation for the Pioneers. 83, Tim Carroll goes wide. Man in motion to the near side is Lavery.
Oh, should have a penalty.
Penalty flag on the play. The ball falls incomplete, but that should be motion on Lavery as he started towards the line a little bit too soon from the snap, and that will back up the Pioneers. Should UT accept the penalty, it'll bring up 3rd and long.
Well, you're exactly right. The man in motion just left a little too soon. Actually took about 2 steps. Let's see if United Township they're going to take the penalty.
So instead of a 3rd down and 7, it'll be 3rd and 12 now, back into Pioneer territory on the 47-yard line.
I would have thought they might have turned that down and go for 4th and 7 for the kick, but
so now a definite passing situation comes up for Alleman. 3rd and 12, back in their own territory. 10 minutes to go here in period number 1. 31 Ekstrom goes wide to the right side. Full house backfield once again for the Pioneers. Man in motion, coming to the near side. Fakes the pitch, looking to pass. Over the middle, it is tipped and intercepted by number 6. J.J. Brokaw. The interception gets up past midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Brokaw read that pass perfectly, stepped in front, and made a beautiful interception. It'll be 1st and 10 Panthers inside Alleman territory.
And the tackle was made by 28, Justin Hubbs of the Pioneers. So the Panthers get the first break of the ball game, and let's see what they can do with it.
That Panther defense stepped up big, and now it's going to be their ball. 1st and 10 on the Alleman 49-yard line, coming under center. Mike Freeman, number 10. Back in the backfield is number 25, Ernie Jack.
Terrence Clark.
Pitch goes to Clark off to the right side, gets down to about the 46-yard line. That's where he stopped there after a gain of about 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
77 made the tackle. That was, I don't see a 77 for Alleman.
Terrence Clark, one of the big play men for the Panthers, gets the first touch for the Alleman offense here. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Receivers go wide left and right. Freeman back under center. Rolling out to pass under a little bit of pressure, finds a man wide open down at the 40-yard line. It is caught by number 82 from the United Township Panthers, Travis Marner, 6'1", 181, and a senior, makes the reception out in the left flat. It'll bring up 3rd.
Ryan Ekstrom made the tackle.
3rd and short, call it about a yard. Ball sitting right on the 40-yard line.
Well, I don't know if you can notice it on the camera, but the wind is blowing from right to left. Pretty good wind.
Monty Turner lines up at fullback. The give goes to Turner, first back through, and he gets near the 1st down marker. We'll see where the spot is. He needed to get to the 39. The initial spot looks like he'll be just a hair short, but we'll see. And indeed it will be 4th and extremely short for the UT Panthers.
Well, I don't know why they're not measuring, because it looks pretty close.
UT will go for 84. Brian Seals runs in the play for the Panthers. 4th and less than a yard.
See, we said the defense for the Pioneers is Tony DiJulio, Adam Stimson, Chris Jones, Brent Morlock, Corey DePorter, Darren Lavery, Justin Hubbs, Jeff O'Hearn, Ryan Ekstrom, Adam Keeley, and John Arnold.
The give is to number 40, Monty Turner. He has well enough for a 1st down, a little bit more. Gain of about 5 yards on the play, so they'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 UT. Ball on the Pioneer 36-yard line. Nice run by Turner off the left side of the line for a gain of about 5 yards. 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line now for UT. As they have their
got a nice push on that.
UT's initial possession of the ball game. Freeman back under center, dropping back to pass, rolling out to the right side. Under a little bit of pressure, gets the ball down, and it is almost caught. The intended receiver is number 5, Jamar Harris. Looked just a second too late, and it fell incomplete. Had he caught the ball, he would have been all in the end zone from there. There's nothing but green grass in front of him, but it'll be an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for the UT Panthers.
I don't think he saw the ball. I don't even think it was for him. I think he thought it was going to go to the other receiver, and he looked up and it was by him.
There are a pair of receivers in the area, so a little bit of confusion maybe by UT. 2nd and 10 now on the Alleman 36-yard line. Man in motion. Give is to Clark. Stumbles and gets down to the 35-yard line. Gains maybe a yard on the play. Terrence Clark gets the run. and get about a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 9. Ball on the 35-yard line for UT.
I'm going to try to find out who number 77 is, because obviously they've had a jersey change. Okay, number 77 is Corey DePorter.
Switching numbers from 90 to 77. 3rd and 9, dropping back to pass is Freeman, rolling out to the right side.
He's got
Finds Clark and overthrows well. Intended receiver was 34, Terrence Clark, who was waving his arms in the air as he was open, calling for the ball, but the pass fell incomplete out of bounds. They'll bring up 4th and 9, and an interesting call here for UT.
Well, Terrence Clark has a strong leg, and the wind is behind him, but I don't know if it's that strong. So it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. Terrence Clark has kicked a 46-yard field goal, I believe, last year.
Single man in the backfield is number 40, Monty Turner. Man in motion is Clark. Pitch out to Clark. Gets back to the 35-yard line, trying to find somewhere to go, and he is dumped by number 25, and that is for Alleman 25, Darren Lavery. Nice open field tackle there, and Alleman will take over on downs, 1st and 10.
And Lavery's hurt, and I hope it's not a knee, but that's what he's grabbing. And the thing about that play was Lavery did a nice job of keeping him from getting outside and gaining some yardage. But Lavery's hurt, and we'll take a break.
He had their big run. Back at United Township High School, being helped off the field is number 25, Darren Lavery. Had nice outside containment on that run, but looks like he injured his left knee as he's being helped off the field by some teammates. That not only hurts Alleman on the defensive side, but on the offensive side as well, as Lavery has been their big ball carrier so far in tonight's game. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Ball on their own 32-yard line. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Still knotted up at 0. Under center now is Matt Frank, the quarterback for the Pioneers. Gives the second back through. That is number 32, Adam Keeley, and he gets all the way down to about the 47-yard line. Gain of about 15 yards on the play. Nice run by Keeley, and he's really going to have to step things up a little bit here after the injury to Darren Lavery.
Number 22, Randy Frazier, made the tackle. And I can tell you about Keeley, we've seen him against Moline, and he is a tough, hard-running runner who doesn't go down easy.
He's going to have to come up even bigger now if Lavery should stay out of this ball game. 1st and 10 once again for the Pioneers. Ball on their own 47-yard line, full house backfield. And the give is to Keeley once again. Gets up near midfield after a gain of about 2 yards, maybe 3 on the play.
Tackle was made by number 40, Monty Turner, for the Panthers.
2nd down and 7. Gain of 3 yards on the play.
Well, the Panthers had the first break of the game and came up empty. And the Pioneers are now right at midfield.
Chris Mandel goes wide to the right side for Alleman. Frank gives the second back through once again. That is Keeley, and he gets about a yard on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 now.
Number 82, Travis Martyr, made the tackle.
To that about 3rd and 7. Ball marked back a little bit farther near the midfield marker than first anticipated. So 3rd and 7 now for Alleman. And a little bit too late. The officials take a timeout, actually. It looked like Alleman was going to call a timeout as they're a little late getting the ball in, but official timeout.
And we'll take a break as well. Set offensive and defensive point. Here we go.
3rd and 7 for the Pioneers. Now ball at the midfield marker. As Frank is back under center, man in motion, and a man jumped as well. It looked like it was number 29 for the Pioneers, Jeff O'Hearn. Lined up at that tight end position on the right side, stepped just a hair ahead of the count, and that's going to back Alleman up 5 more yards. It'll now bring up a 3rd and 12 back into their own territory. That's the second time we've seen that happen, and the last time the ball was intercepted by UT's number 6, J.J. Brokaw. So 3rd and 12. Rolling out to pass is Frank under some heavy pressure. And he gets the ball away. It is intercepted once again, this time by number 25, Ernie Jack. Intercepts the ball and gets down to about the 43-yard line, it looks like. And the same thing happened once again, Jess. We saw the exact same thing. Alleman was backed up in their own territory by a penalty. The next pass was intercepted. Same thing happened this time by 25, Ernie Jack. As really an ill-advised pass for the Pioneers that time. Frank was going down to the ground, and he just tried to get rid of the ball, and it was intercepted. And that's going to cost some big yardage.
Panthers made a nice rush on the quarterback, forced him to make a bad pass, and the Panthers have the ball again.
So Freeman will take over on his own 44-yard line, sends a man in motion, gives it the first back through 25. The man that just made the interception, Ernie Jack, gets a couple of yards down to about the 41-yard line. Gain of 2 yards, 2nd down 8. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Still scoreless between UT and Alleman on a Panther homecoming night. Coming out with the double wing formation for UT. Single back in the backfield. Now Clark goes in motion. Pitch goes to Clark out to the right side. Tries to get the corner. Gets to the 40 to the 35. Down to the 34. He's knocked out of bounds by number 29 from the Alleman Pioneers, and that is Jeff O'Hearn. Made the stop. And a good turn of the corner there by 34. Terrence Clark showed some of that quickness around the outside. Big gain. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line for UT.
That was just a nice play that was set up real well. Good blocks ahead of him, and then he just turned on the speed.
Single back in the backfield is number 40, Monty Turner. Double wing formation once again. Man in motion. Give it to Turner, the first back through, and he gets down to about the 22-yard line. A gain of about 4 yards on the play, it looks like.
About 2nd, about 6.
2nd down, officially 7 yards to go. Coming out to the near side, number 80, Jesse Schroeder. Turner, your lone back. This time is the number 5, Jamar Harris, and he gets around the corner and then down at about the 18-yard line. Jamar Harris was the runner on the counter play. Sweep around the outside. Looks like there is a penalty flag on the play, however, so this one may be coming back.
Adam Keeley and Ryan Ekstrom made the tackle. They kind of strung it out there so he couldn't reach the outside and finally made the tackle. But it looks like a penalty.
Preliminary call holding against the Panthers. And indeed it is. That'll back them up 10 yards. It's now a big 2nd and 17 now faced for UT. Ball on their own, on the Alleman rather, 30-yard line.
We'll see if the Panthers will be throwing the ball here.
Freeman might put it up. He's got some good receivers. One of the leaders in the Western Big Six in Terrence Clark. He lines up at the left wing. Goes in motion from left to right. Freeman is rolling out the pass, rolling out to the right side. Under some pressure, gets the ball off, tipped in the air, and falls incomplete. Intended receiver was number 84. That's Brian Seals, 6'1", 180, and a freshman.
I think what happened there was the quarterback was just a little bit slow on the read because he certainly had some receivers open, and by the time he threw the ball, it was closed down.
Another penalty flag on the play. This one as well goes against the UT Panthers. Ineligible man downfield. The penalty is declined, so that'll bring up 3rd down and about 14 yards to go. And another passing situation for the Panthers. Checking in is number 80, Jesse Schroeder, 6'3", 178, and a junior. He will split out wide to the left side. Coming to the near side is 82, Travis Marner. And a passing situation for the Panthers. Freeman under center. Gives to the man up the middle, number 25, going to go all the way for a touchdown. Ernie Jack took the ball. Good ball fake by Freeman, and Jack went all the way in for a score. As UT gets the first lead of tonight's ball game, 6-0 on a great run by Ernie Jack. Great play fake by Freeman, faked out the Alleman defense, and before they caught on, Jack was well downfield and into the end zone.
It was one of them cases where they were looking past and the middle was open, and there he went.
34, Terrence Clark will attempt the point after. An attempt to give UT a 7-0 lead. Snap is handled. The kick is blocked. And it will remain 6-0. Apparently the ball bounced off the ground first and then off the head of one of the Alleman defenders. And it was no good, so the score remains 6-0. UT will take a timeout. This is Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38. Homecoming night are up 6-0 with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Deep to receive the kickoff for Alleman is Brian Donaway and Justin Hubbs, as Terrence Clark will kick things off. Booming kick. That's going to carry all the way back and out of the end zone. Booming kick by Clark. You said he had a leg, Jess, and there he showed it right there with a booming kickoff. It'll be 1st and 10 Alleman on their own 20-yard line.
That ball went a long way, but I believe he also had a little help of about a 20-mile-an-hour wind. And when he got it up in the air, it just sailed. But let me say this about the Alleman Pioneers. We've seen them several times this year, and we've seen them against Moline a couple weeks ago, and I can tell you they will not give up. And they gave Moline all they wanted. So I know Dana Just and his coaches are making some adjustments, and we'll find something that works for the rest of this game.
And the Maroons lead the Western Big Six Conference, 2-0 in conference play.
As do the Rock Island Rocks. And they are headed for a showdown next week at Browning Field.
Now Lonzo Wise is certainly one of the real deals in the Western Big Six. Here's the handoff going to number 31 for the Pioneers. That is Ryan Ekstrom, and he gets dumped at about the 27-yard line after a gain
and that
of
was a
about
nice
7
tackle by
yards.
Sylvester Banks. If Banks wouldn't have been there, Alleman would have had a big gain.
7-yard gain on the play, bring up 2nd and 3.
And we have an injury, so let's just take a timeout till the injury is taken off the field.
31. Jeez, that's another one.
This guy just ran the ball.
He appears to be okay as he leaves the field.
Another Alleman running back goes down, hopefully not to a serious injury. Coming to the near side for Alleman is 83, Tim Carroll. At full house backfield for the Pioneers. 2nd and 3. Give is a second back through. 32, Adam Cayley. He gets about a yard or two on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and short for the Pioneers. Ball on their own 28-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2.
That was a nice defensive play by the center of the Panther line. Didn't get much there.
2 minutes to go here in the first period. UT up 6-0. Split backfield now for the Pioneers. And penalty flags all over the place. Looks like it may be a false start against the Alleman Pioneers. Indeed, that's what it is. That'll back them up 5 more yards. So instead of 3rd and 2, it'll be 3rd and 7. With the ball on their own 23-yard line. And Matt Frank may have to put it up in the air. And his last 2 pass attempts have been intercepted.
And we have another timeout as Dana Just comes out and talks to his offense. So we'll take another break.
Back Matt Frank, split backfield for the Alleman Pioneers. And rolling out the pass is Frank, dropping back, looking for the screen, nothing doing, has a lot of men pressuring him and finally just throws the ball away. Smart play this time, as I'm sure he was told a couple of times before after being in trouble, don't just throw the ball up, throw it away. That'll bring up 4th and long, and it looks like UT's going to get the ball back here with pretty good field position.
And that was a smart play by the quarterback to to avoid either taking a loss or throwing another interception.
Number 80, Jesse Schroeder, and number 6, J.J. Brokaw, back to return the punt.
And we're going to have another timeout here by the Pioneers. I don't know whether we have not enough players in. Let's see if we see somebody coming in. If I'm that player, I'm not saying it's me, but somebody is coming in.
So UT really stands to get some great field position here. Punting into the wind will be Alleman, and a couple of good return men. Also dropping back will be Terrence Clark, number 34, to return the punt for UT. So they should get some good field position. Already up 6-0 here in this first quarter, 1:49 to go.
Chris Jones came in for the Pioneers on that. He was, I don't know if he was one that was missing, but that's the one they sent in.
So now Brokaw, Schroeder, and Clark will all drop back as return men. Clark the up man of the three. And punting for the Pioneers is 62, John Arnold, one of their linemen. Stands back on his own 11-yard line waiting to punt. Good snap. Low wobbly punt. It's going to bounce and be taken by Brokaw at about the 43-yard line. Gets up near midfield and not quite, as he is bulldogged by a bunch of Alleman defenders, spearheaded by number 28, and that is Justin Tubbs, and number 51, Matt Donaway. So 1st and 10 now for the UT Panthers. Ball just short of midfield on about their own 48-yard line. Mike Freeman will call the play and come up to the line as he sends receivers wide to the left and to the right. Single back is 25. Ernie Jack dropping back to pass, and a little bit high. Intended receiver was number 82, Travis Marner. Hung him out to dry as Marner had to go up for that pass. And it just went off his fingertips, incomplete, so it'll be 2nd down and 10, as checking in now for the Panthers is 84, Brian Seals.
Seals is the freshman.
A couple of sophomores up on this team also for UT, so a very young team. Freeman double checking the snap count with his center, sends a man in motion, gives the first back through Jack, and he gets across midfield down to near the 48-yard line.
Number 62, John Arnold, made the tackle for the Pioneers.
So now we go 3rd and 8 as the ball is in Alleman territory now, just on the other side of the 49-yard line. Passing situation for the Panthers. Mike Freeman will send out 2 receivers, Schroeder and Seals, wide left and right. Double wing formation once again. Rolling out the pass is Freeman. Good block by his fullback, and finds Terrence Clark out in the flat. He's got 1st down yardage, and down near the 30-yard line. Good catch and run by Terrence Clark. Shows you why he's one of the leading receivers in the Western Big Six Conference, and even more of an asset coming out of the backfield to make those catches, as he got it well enough for the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 for UT. Under a minute to go now here in the first period, and the Panthers up 6-0.
Well, he had that block right out in front of him that allowed him to gain an extra 5-10 yards.
Credit Monty Turner with a good block to keep his quarterback free from any pressure for just a couple more seconds to find the open man. Turner lines up as the lone back in the backfield at fullback. Clark goes in motion. He gets the pitch off to the right side. He'll get down to the 30, inside the 30. Has still a little running room still on his feet, and down inside the 20-yard line. Another 1st down on about a 12-yard run by 34, Terrence Clark. He's doing everything tonight for UT on the offensive side.
Adam Doyle, number 79, made the tackle for the Pioneers. But if he sees his tape, he'll see that if he would have went to the outside, he probably had a lot more room.
Clock is ticking now down to 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10, ball on the 19-yard line for the UT Panthers. Freeman back under center. Tight formation now. 2 tight ends. Sends Clark in motion, pitches to Clark, gets to the 20-yard line, is tripped up. Nice play by number 62 on the Alleman defense. That is John Arnold, 5'11", 223, and a junior. Came up to make the play, and a timeout will be taken rather at the end of the period as time runs out here in the first quarter, and the UT Panthers have a 6-0 lead on their homecoming night over the Alleman Pioneers. We'll be back with more second quarter action. This is Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38. Panthers, we begin the second quarter of play. UT already up 6-0 and driving on the Alleman 19-yard line. Freeman will come under center. Lone back is 25, Ernie Jack in the backfield. Pitch goes to number 5, Jamar Harris. Cuts back inside. Nice cut back down to the 10 and down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. That should be enough for a first down for the UT Panthers as Jamar Harris took the pitch out of that wing position. Had a nice cutback and got down inside the 10-yard line. It was not close enough for a first down. It'll be third and about a foot to go for UT.
And Justin Hubbs, number 28, made the tackle for the Pioneers. And it looks like we might have a measurement here.
It goes to 5 minutes.
Referees are going to come out and measure. On a third and short, if this is what it should be, look for number 40, Monty Turner, line up at fullback. Turner, 5'9", 200 pounds, and a junior, so a pretty tough man to bring down. Short, low center of gravity, so he's just going to bowl his way in, and they're going to need about 2 inches, it looks like, for the first down.
Well, right here, I'd like to thank, for most of the season, most of the athletic directors in all the schools have helped us get in place. Here at United Township, it's Jim Unrath. At Alleman High School, it's Larry Schulte. At Moline, it's Mike Owens. On the Iowa side, we have Chuck Noling and Bettendorf. And I'll get to some of the others in later on.
Turner is the lone back in the backfield. He gets the ball off to the left side, bowls his way down to about the 7-yard line. That'll be enough for a UT first down. First and goal, Panthers on the 7-yard line. So good play going back to 40. Turner, who's a tough runner, tough to bring down for a loss. So you know he'd get that couple of inches that the Panthers needed. And it will be first and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line, and you got to look for Terrence Clark now if you're the Alleman defense. Clark will line up at the wing position on the left side. Man goes in motion. Dropping back to pass under a little bit of pressure as Freeman's going to try and run it himself. Maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Number 88 caught him from behind for the Pioneers, Tony DiUlio. Nice play. He came from the other side and caught him from behind.
And Freeman's lucky that he wasn't standing still because DiUlio would have just planted him right in the ground on about the 12-yard line. But Freeman scrambled, got a yard actually on the play, so it'll be second and goal from the 6-yard line. Double wing formation. Clark goes in motion, give to Clark off to the right side, gets down to the 5 and is spun down inside the 5-yard line by a gang of Alleman defenders.
Number 67 for the Pioneers. Boy, I don't see a 67 for the Pioneers. 62, John Arnold.
Travis Marner checks in as receiver.
Ryan Ekstrom made the tackle.
Third down and goal. Ball on about the 3-yard line. Receiver coming to the near side is 80 Schroeder.
Big play for the Alleman defense.
Man in motion, give is to number 5. That is Harris. Getting around to the corner, runs into a man and is down at the 1-yard line. Nice play by, looked like number 29 on the Alleman defense. Jeff O'Hearn made the touchdown saving tackle for the moment, but it's going to be 4th and less than a yard to go for a touchdown. And looks like number 40, Monty Turner, is going to line up at that running back position. He's a hard man to bring down for a loss, so let's see if they give the ball to him on 4th and less than a yard.
Well, Alleman has made some good defensive plays here. They've bent, but they haven't broke. We'll see what the Panthers can do here.
Man goes in motion. The give is to Turner, in for a touchdown for UT. Monty Turner on the same play that the Panthers ran on the 3rd and inches, ran on the 4th and goal from less than a yard away, and Turner ran his way off the left guard in for a touchdown. It is now 12-0 in favor of UT, and looks like they're going to go for 2 and try and get that missed extra point back as they had on their first touchdown.
That was just a nice push by the offensive line to get the job done, get what they needed.
Freeman under center, rolls out the pass.
Number 84 is
Looks
out
like he's
there.
going to tuck it himself, dives for the cone, and is in for the 2-point conversion. Nice play by Freeman. Couldn't find an open receiver. Instead of forcing it, tucked under his arm and headed for that orange pylon. Dove inside it, and it is a 14-0 UT lead. 9:18 to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a timeout. This is Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38.
Well, he was just inside.
It's a happy Panther homecoming so far, 14-0. UT up on Alleman, 9:18 to go here in the first half, and kicking off will be Terrence Clark. Deep to receive is number 20, Brian Donaway, and a short kick going to be taken by one of the upmen and fallen on by number 32, Adam Keeley. One of the upmen fell on the ball after the squib kick, and he was called down right there, so it'll be 1st and 10 Alleman on the 23-yard line. And they find themselves in a 14-0 hole here in front of a very charged up Panther crowd.
You know, we know Terrence Clark is a very good kicker, and evidently them squib kicks are by design because they've kept Alleman deep in Panther territory.
Number 20 for Alleman, Brian Donaway, splits wide to the left side. Split back formation for the Pioneers. Give is the second back, number 28, Justin Hubbs. And a penalty flag, or looked like a penalty flag, just a piece of paper blown across the field. It'll be 2nd down and about 7 yards to go.
Ernie Jack made the tackle on that. Had him right around the ankles.
Splitting wide to the left side now, 83, Tim Carroll. Frank back under center, split backfield once again. And this time dropping back to passes. Frank hits a man in the flat, and it is incomplete. Intended receiver was number 31, Ryan Ekstrom. Took his eye off the ball because coming on a dead-eye route to him was number 30, Sylvester Banks. Just dropped the hammer
I'm going to tell you, though, he's lucky he didn't catch it, because if he would have, he would have really got hit, because I think Sylvester let up just a little. But if he'd have caught it, he'd have got hurt.
Ekstrom's lucky his helmet's still on his head right now after that shot he took by Sylvester Banks. So the second time now that Ekstrom's been down. And let's hope that he's all right. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him a little bit as he tried to catch that pass and couldn't quite do it. But we're going to take a quick timeout. It is 14-0 in favor of UT. 8:43 to go here in the second. This is Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38.
That was a hit.
Ekstrom being helped off the field as he took quite a shot from Sylvester Banks, but it looks like he'll shake that off and come back into the ballgame a little bit later. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Alleman Pioneers.
Brian Donaway just entered the ball game for the Pioneers.
He splits wide out to the left side. Frank under center, sends a man in motion from right to left. Going to roll out the pass.
He's got
under a little bit of pressure. Penalty flags on the play, and the pass is incomplete. Intended receiver looked like it was number 28, Justin Hubbs, but penalty flags all over that play.
Well, they're in the backfield of the Pioneers. I wonder if that's holding. And it is.
Indeed it is. Looks like Holding will be called against Alleman, and UT just may decline this and bring up a punting situation. Indeed it is. The penalty's declined. It'll be 4th down, and dropping back to punt will be Alleman. Back to return, number 80 for United Township is Jesse Schroeder. Also number 6, J.J. Brokaw, and 34, Terrence Clark will all be back to return the punt. John Arnold will be your punter, 62. Good snap, the kick. High end over end kick. It's going to bounce over his head, and it's going to take a big Alleman roll all the way down inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line.
What a kick. I mentioned about that wind earlier, and not only did the wind help that, but they got that nice roll.
About a 60-yard punt with the wind and the bounce. So big play. UT looked like they're going to have some good field position. Instead, they'll be all the way down to their own 6-yard line.
Well, that's kind of play that can really boost the ball club and get them pumped up. And maybe this might be a good thing for the Pioneers.
So Freeman will take over on his own 6-yard line, 1st and 10. Has Jack Delone back in the backfield. Give is to number 5, Harris, who gets up to about the 12-yard line before he's brought down by a pair of Alleman defenders.
And that's Jamar Harris. I only say that because there's another one, Ricardo Harris, on the UT lineup somewhere.
I'll have to specify just a little bit more. Ricardo Harris, number 79, Jamar Harris, number 5. Receiver split wide right and left for UT. 2nd down and about 6 yards to go. Clark goes in motion. Give is the first man through, and it's Jack once again. Big hole all the way up to the 36-yard line. The same play that Jack ran for a touchdown. Gets another big gainer. It'll be 1st and 10 at about the 36 for the UT Panthers.
I believe Corey DePorter made the tackle.
Jack, a couple of big runs in this first half of the ball game. Scored the first touchdown for UT, and Alleman's going to burn a timeout here with 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, and we'll take one as well here on TCI Channel 38. 7.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. It'll be 1st and 10. UT once again after the big run by number 25, Ernie Jack, another big run. Tight formation now. Man goes in motion. The pitch is to number 30, Sylvester Banks. Cuts back inside, gets to the 45, runs over a couple men and down to the 48-yard line. Good run by Sylvester Banks, who showed in the previous possession he can hit on defense and he can also run the ball on offense pretty well. Another big gain for the Panthers. It'll be another 1st and 10, this time ball on the 48-yard line. And UT's driving the ball, just running it right down Alleman's throat at the moment.
Justin Hubbs and Brian Donaway were in on the tackle for the Pioneers.
Clark and Banks line up as your wing backs. The fullback is number 40, Monty Turner. And penalty flags before this play even gets started.
I wonder if somebody lined up off sides or whether there was motion.
It is going to be against Alleman, offsides on the Pioneers. So 1st and 5 now as that moves the ball into Alleman territory. Just over 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. It'll be 2nd down and 5 now. Ball on the 47-yard line. Again, Banks and Clark, your wing backs. And Turner, your setback. Pitch goes to Banks off to the left side, cuts back, spins around, and is finally driven down on about the 42-yard line by the punter, number 62, John Arnold. Finished Banks off after another big run. It should be close to a 1st down. Let's see where the spot is, if it will give the Panthers enough to move the sticks. They may bring it out for a measurement, and nope, they're just going to call it a 1st down as Banks got enough spinning his way down inside the 42-yard line for another 1st down. The sticks just keep moving for the UT Panthers as they are down on the Alleman 42-yard line with another 1st and 10 and 6:45 to go here in the first half. Harrison Clark now joined 25 Jack in the backfield. The give goes to Clark on the counter play.
Oh, he's
gets
gone.
around the corner to 35-30, down to the 20-yard line, throws in the extra gear, 10-5, touchdown UT. Terrence Clark took the counter play off to the right side and was gone all the way in, 42 yards for a touchdown. It is 20-0 in favor of UT, and boy, tonight, Jess, Terrence Clark's done about everything but sell popcorn down on the sidelines. He's done pretty much everything on the offensive end for UT. That time a 42-yard run caps off a 94-yard drive for the UT Panthers, and it is 20-0.
Well, there was a story this week in the Argus Dispatch about Terrence Clark saying that he did everything but, I guess, wash dishes. He's in on every play. He's a kicker. He plays offense, plays defense. He's Mr. Everything for the Panthers.
Clark will try the point after, and this one is going to go wide to the right.
The only thing he's done wrong today.
Second point after attempt missed by Clark, but he's done everything else right, including a 42-yard touchdown run to put the Panthers up 20-0. 6.5 here to go in the first half. We'll take a break. This is Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38. It is 20-0 in favor of the UT Panthers. Back to return the kickoff is Donaway and Justin Hubbs. Terrence Clark, who just ran the ball 42 yards for a score, will kick things off for the UT Panthers. 6.5 minutes to go here in the second. Line drive kick's going to be taken after the bobble by 28. Hubbs gets up to the 20-yard line, and a penalty flag comes flying in as Hubbs is dumped down on about the 23-yard line.
That's either a holding or a face mask, but let's just guess it's probably a holding.
Could be an illegal block on the Alleman Pioneers. Flag came in just as he was meant. It is indeed an illegal block on Alleman, so that'll back him up.
Brian Swanson made the tackle for the Panthers.
So a 94-yard drive by the UT Panthers, all of it on the ground even. Capped off by that big 42-yard counter run by Terrence Clark. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball marked on about the 19-yard line for the Alleman Pioneers, and Matt Frank and his offense have to get something going. He sends a man wide to the near side, number 20, Brian Donaway. Split backfield for the Pioneers. Give is the first back through 32, Keeley, and he gets up to about the 19-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards on the play. Bring up 2nd and 5
Doug
for the
Seals
Pioneers.
And Monty Turner made the tackle.
A lot of two-way players we see for this UT defense, as Turner, the fullback, is back there. Also Terrence Clark, we've mentioned how much he does in the backfield. Also 25, Ernie Jack for UT, back at a linebacker. So a lot of two-way players for UT, but they play both sides of the ball well, so you can't really fault anything on that, as they're players all around on both sides. Now man goes in motion, far to the right side, and trying to keep the ball in an option was Frank. He is dumped down by number 79.
And that's Ricardo Harris.
Harris making a big play, loss of about 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 7 yards to go, with the ball resting on the 17-yard line. Big play here for Alleman with 5 minutes to go here in the first half. You don't want to give UT the ball back with good field position.
Well, even if in bad field position, they've been able to move the ball with quick strikes.
Receiver wide to the near side. Frank under center, sends a man in motion. Fakes the give, dropping back the pass. Now going to keep it himself and get maybe about 2 yards after the pocket broke down for Frank. He had nowhere else to go but forward, took off, gained a couple of yards. It's going to be 4th and 5, and Alleman's going to have to punt.
Doug Seals once again made the tackle for the Panthers. This has been a big first half for the UT Panthers.
So the trio goes back in for UT. Jesse Schroeder, J.J. Brokaw, and 34 Terrence Clark. Clark stands near midfield in case of a short punt. Low line drive punt once again. It's going to bounce, take another Alleman roll.
They didn't know who was going to take it.
It's going to be picked up by Schroeder at the 20-yard line. Gets around the outside, gets to the 25, and is knocked out of bounds. Penalty flag comes flying in late. Knocked out of bounds by, it looked like.
Boy, I don't know if that's a late hit because it looked like he hit him right at the line.
29, Jeff O'Hearn was the man that knocked Schroeder out of bounds. We'll see what the penalty flag is. No sign yet from the officials.
From this angle, it didn't appear to be a late hit or anything, so let's maybe.
Looked like the flag was thrown behind the play, maybe an illegal block, and a clipping is called against UT. That'll back them up well into their own territory, back inside the 20 and right about the 15-yard lines where they're going to take over with 3:50 to go here in the second quarter, but the Panthers up 20-0. So after the illegal block, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. As Freeman will come under center. Now a little confusion on the field. Now the referees get out of the way. Double wing formation once again for UT. Man in the backfield is 25, Jack. Clark goes in motion, pitch to Clark over to the right side. Gets a couple of yards and is banged down about the 16-yard line. Maybe a gain of a yard. Gain of about 1 yard on the play. 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Checking in for UT, number 22, Randy Frazier. 5'10", 155, senior. Under center now is Freeman, and gives a Clark on the counter play. He's got a big hole. It closes quick, but he still gets down to the 35-yard line. Clark was this close to breaking another long touchdown run, but he was finally brought down, looked like by number 83, Tim Carroll. Made the stop, but another first down. The sticks keep moving as we hit the 3-minute mark to go here in the first half.
Boy, when he goes against the grain, the defense better be ready, because if you're caught going the other way, your history.
That looked like the same play that Clark ran for the touchdown just a little bit ago for UT. Clark goes in motion. Give is the first back through, and that is number 40, Monty Turner. He gets a couple of yards before he's brought down near the 38-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and about 6 yards to go, it looks like.
Adam Doyle made the tackle for the Pioneers.
The only thing stopping UT right now is time. 2:20 to go here in the first half, and they're about 62 yards away from pay dirt, but we've seen before they can make that up in a hurry. Harris goes in motion. Pitch goes to Harris off to the left side, tries to cut back his field and gets up near the 45-yard line, about to the 44 before he is brought down. That'll bring up 3rd and extremely short.
Tony DiUlio made the tackle for the Pioneers.
It'll be 3rd and about a foot. And we've seen this situation before for UT, and the call has been number 40, Monty Turner, off the left guard. We'll see what UT does again. Checking in is 84, Brian Seals.
I know they've been running so well, they probably don't need to pass, but I think here, maybe to keep them honest, you might want to throw a pass.
Under 2 minutes to go. And a caper by Freeman. Got enough for a first down. Looks like some of the UT players may have taken off early, but nothing called. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers, right on about the 45-yard line.
Brent Morlock made the tackle. 1:46 left to go in the half.
Seals goes wide to the right side. Clark and Harris, your wing backs. And in motion, Clark gets the ball on the counter play, gets back up the middle, up to about the 49-yard line before he's brought down after a gain of about 4 yards.
Number 62, John Arnold, made the tackle.
2nd down, 6 yards to go. Ball just short of midfield. Jack is your lone setback. Clark goes in motion, gives to Harris on the counter, gets the 45-40, gets past a couple of tacklers, down to the 23-yard line. Game-saving tackle by number 31, Ryan Ekstrom. Come back into the ball game and made the tackle, saving a touchdown. And a timeout's going to be taken by UT. So we hit 57 seconds to go. Panther ball 1st and 10 on the Alleman 23-yard line. We'll take a timeout as well. This is Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38.
Go.
Back at United Township, 1st and 10, Panthers ball on the 23-yard line of Alleman. Under a minute to go, 57 seconds left. It'll be 1st and 10, and under center will be Mike Freeman. Clark and Harris are your wingbacks. Clark will go in motion, counter play to Harris, and nothing doing this time. Stopped by number 76, Brent Morlock. Makes the stop, and hurry up offense for the Panthers. They'll line up in the same formation once again. Dropping back to pass this time is Freeman, rolling out to the right side. Open. Can't find anyone. Going to try and keep it himself now. Tries to throw it out of bounds. It's batted away by number 28.
Was dangerous as he was trying to throw it away.
Justin Hubbs batted the ball away as trying to throw the ball away, as Jess mentioned, was Mike Freeman. That'll stop the clock at 33 seconds left. 3rd down, 10 yards to go.
Well, the thing I noticed on that particular pass play was it looked like the UT receivers stopped in their tracks. They didn't continue in a pattern, or they didn't try to help the quarterback out by moving, and they were all covered.
Turner now is your lone fullback. He gets the ball right up the middle, wide open. Green grass ahead of him. See you later. Touchdown, UT. Monty Turner took the ball right up the gut, and there was nothing but green grass in front of him, all the way in for a touchdown. 23 yards on the run. It is 26-0 in favor of the Panthers. 15 seconds to go. Great play call by the UT Panthers, and there it will again go for 2 as they are leading big right before halftime of their homecoming. Very happy Panther crowd on hand tonight so far through the first half of tonight's ball game, but a couple of big runs by Turner, and he gets his touchdown, first one of the night for him. He'll line up at the single back once again, fumble the snap, and that'll do it for the 2-point conversion. It is no good, but another touchdown put on the board by UT, and with 15 seconds left, they lead 26-0 over the Alleman Pioneers. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38. Boy, the points keep adding up for the UT Panthers, now up 26-0 over the Alleman Pioneers. Back to return the kickoff is Donaway and number 28, Justin Hubbs. Check that, 31, Ekstrom, and Hubbs back to return the kick by Terrence Clark. Clock will be reset to 27 seconds. That's not going to help Alleman too much here as they are down big, 26-0, just before halftime of a UT homecoming. So Ekstrom and Hubbs are back to return the kick. Keeley also one of the up men, as the squib kick by Clark will be taken by 32 Keeley. Fumbled the ball, and in the recovery, it looks like still on the ground. Looks like UT may have it. We'll see what the call is, though, as Keeley took the ball and fumbled it ahead. It is UT football on the 34-yard line. Fumble recovery. It looks like number 40 for UT. Monty Turner was down on the play, and he looked like he came up with the football after scoring the touchdown. Turner recovers the fumble, and the Panthers have another shot at a score. 23 seconds to go, only 34 yards away from pay dirt, as this explosive Panther offense takes the field once again. 1st and 10 with 23 seconds to go. Receivers wide. Yeah, look for Clark on this one. Clark goes in motion. And instead, they gives the first back through Jack. He gets his way down to the 25-yard line. A quick timeout will be taken by the UT Panthers, who just continue to march their way down the field. Clock will be stopped at 18 seconds.
Okay, number 32 made the tackle, Adam Keeley. I tell you what, it's just been one of them. You know, Alleman, the Pioneers are not that bad of a football team. They gave Moline all they wanted a couple weeks ago, and it's just one of them nights where everything the Panthers do turns to gold, everything the Pioneers do turns sour.
It'll definitely be gut check time for the Pioneers and Dana Just at halftime, as they're going to have to get something turned around. And one way to start that off, Jess, is a big momentum stopper here for the Pioneers. They can stop UT from scoring with 18 seconds to go. And right now on the 25-yard line, they're legitimately in field goal range for Terrence Clark, who has a heck of a leg. He'll be kicking into the wind if he would have attempted, but enough leg to maybe get it there. But 18 seconds left, 2nd and 1, plenty of time for UT to get the ball down the field even closer, if not punch it in for another touchdown.
Well, if this was the other way, I would say go, you know, try a field goal, but that wind is a pretty strong wind, and he has missed two PATs.
Jack will line up in the backfield. Clark and Harris at the wingbacks. Clark in motion, pitch goes to Clark around the right side, trying to get the corner, does. Makes another man miss, and down the sidelines he goes before he's knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Another big run by Terrence Clark. It'll be 1st and goal to go for the UT Panthers. 9 seconds left, and the ball marked on the 10-yard line.
I'd like to know how many yards he has this half.
121.
He has 121 yards this half.
In just the first half of action. 9 seconds left. 1st and 10 on the 10. 1st and goal, actually. As the Panthers will check in a bunch of fresh faces.
Go try a field goal.
With 9 seconds left, you got to be leery of the fake also. Clark will line up. 27-yard field goal attempt. It is a fake. Pitch goes out to Clark. Referee got in the way, but he gets around the corner. Down to the 10. 5, knocked out of bounds with 3 seconds left at about the 2-yard line. You have to give UT credit pulling that out of their hat, trying to put more points on the board, but just short of the goal line is Clark as he's run out of bounds just outside the 1. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Pioneers. 3 seconds left. And you're going to have to run a play because if Alleman takes a knee on this, or actually it's going to be UT football still. Since the field goal was not attempted, it's not a turnover on downs, and it'll be UT football with 3 seconds to go. Pitch goes to Clark at the 3, cuts back, and he can't make it in. Big defensive stop by the Alleman Pioneers, and that'll send this game into halftime. But UT is up 26-0 after some big plays and 120 yards rushing from Terrence Clark in the first half. So at halftime, we sit at 26-0 UT over the visiting Alleman Pioneers at the end of the first half. This is Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38. Here in the Soul Bowl at United Township High School, Bill Isaacson and Jess Medina getting ready to start the second half of a very one-sided United Township homecoming as they lead the visiting Alleman Pioneers 26-0. And Jess, looking over the first half stats, you can tell it's all UT. The total yards offense in the first half, 335 to 57 in favor of the Panthers, and 130 yards on the ground for number 34, Terrence Clark.
And I also see that Alleman only had 2 first downs in that first half.
And another big thing is UT will get the ball to start the second half as they deferred the opening coin toss and kicked off to Alleman. And really they should have scored at the end of the first half, and now they're going to get the ball back again at the start of the second. Back to receive is 34 Clark, and number 6 J.J. Brokaw has an interception in the first half. The kickoff squib kick is going to be taken by Brokaw about the 15-yard line. Gets up to the 25, gets a couple of blocks, and down at around the 35-yard line is where he's knocked out of bounds.
Number 61. Well, I don't see I don't have a 61.
61 for Alleman.
A couple of mystery players out there for the Pioneers.
He made the tackle on that, and actually, if Brokaw could have got by them 2 runners, he had all that yardage on the sideline.
So 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line for the UT Panthers. Lined up in the backfield is number 25, Ernie Jack, a touchdown and a couple of big runs in the first half. Harris goes in motion, pitch goes to Harris off to the left side, cuts back, gets up to the 43-yard line before he's brought down by, look like, number 32, that's Keeley, and number 76 on Alleman, that is Brent Morlock.
I'm looking at Sylvester Banks here on the sidelines, and I tell you what, I don't know whether he's hurt, but he's limping, and I know he's put his helmet on probably to get ready to play some defense, but he doesn't look like he's 100%.
Banks made a couple of big plays on offense and defense for UT so far. 2nd and 3 to go. Ball on the 44-yard line for the Panthers. Jamar Harris at one wing and Clark at the other. Jack is your lone back in the backfield. Under Freeman, the quarterback, gives to Jack up to the 50-yard line, and a flag is down as Jack is brought down on the 43, but this one could be coming back. Pending the penalty.
Number 20, Brian Donaway, made the tackle, and that might have been a touchdown-saving tackle.
We have a false start on the Panthers, so that'll nullify the play and back them up 5 more yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 now instead of 2nd and 3, or actually instead of 1st and 10 into Pioneer territory.
You know, we did the Davenport North and Burlington game last night, and one of the things that TJ and Cy and I were noticing, you know, we noticed that North didn't hit the holes quick enough, like they were looking for holes, but tonight UT, they know where they know the holes they're going through. That's the one they hit, and the offensive line is doing a good job.
Freeman gives a Clark on a counter play, nothing doing there. May have lost the yard on the play. Stopped by the punter, number 62, John Arnold, who boomed a 68-yard punt in the first half for the Pioneers. Came up for the stop. It'll be 3rd and about 7 yards to go for the Panthers.
I believe Justin Hubbs was also in on that tackle.
Coming to the near side, Brian Seals, a freshman receiver for this Panther ball club. Clark and Harris, your wings, and number 40, Monty Turner is your fullback. Pitch goes to Clark, fumble the ball, and it's going to be Alleman football on about the 33-yard line. That's the big break that the Pioneers needed here in the second half to get things going. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 in great field position on the UT 33-yard line.
It was recovered by Tony DiUlio. And Alleman needed something good to happen. Well, they had 2 good things happen. They recovered the fumble, and they're deep in Panther territory.
So that means the Alleman offense will come out with Matt Frank, your quarterback. Split backfield for the Pioneers. Receiver wide to the near side. Trying to pass is Frank. Can't find anyone. Now he finds a man, and it is incomplete.
Nice
intended receiver was number 28, Justin Hubbs. Nice tip away, as just mentioned, and it looked like number 30, Sylvester Banks, was in on the play.
Well, Sylvester Banks, I'm not going to say he's not hurt, but he limps to and from the huddle, but then goes out and makes the great defensive play.
True hard-nosed
he could be
player
playing hurt.
is Banks, trying to shake off an injury. He wants to go out there and help his team win, what they're doing right now, 26-0 with 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Frank comes under center, split backfield once again. Runs the option, now he's going to keep it himself and going to get maybe a yard if that. Brought down hard by a bunch of Panther defenders. Hanging on for the ride was number 73 from UT. That is Jason Connell, 6'1", 212, and a senior. Loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 11 now. Passing situation here for the Pioneers, whose offense has not clicked yet tonight as they have been shut out through 2 quarters and 3 minutes here in the third quarter.
Well, Alleman needs something to happen right here at 3rd and 10.
Carroll and Ekstrom go wide to the left side. Frank under center, fakes the handoff underneath. Now he's going to throw onto the flat, and miscommunication. Carroll, the intended receiver, out in the flat, and instead of running out, Carroll runs in, and the pass is incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 11, and it looks like Alleman's going to go for it here. You pretty much have to, Jess. Down 26-0 with 9.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. You need to start getting big plays, and you need to get them now.
I think the receiver went right, and the quarterback thought he was going to go left, and
now the Pioneers changed their mind and have elected to punt.
look for a fake, maybe.
Brokaw back as they are playing up close, anticipating a fake, but the punt is away, and that's going to get into the end zone most likely. Hits about midway through and bounces into the sand pit at the end of the end zone. So it'll be 1st and 10, UT on their own 20-yard line as they start their second possession here of the second half, up 26-0.
I think he was really trying to hit the coffin corner there because they really didn't gain that much on that punt.
Kicking with the wind was Arnold, and he really got into it. And as Jess mentioned, trying to go for the corner, but a little bit too strong on the punt, and it carried into the end zone. So 1st and 10, UT on their own 20-yard line. Jack is your lone back in the backfield. Harris in motion, and the give goes to Jack up the middle. Ball loose on the ground, and it looks like Alleman's going to have it once again, and see if the referee's going to call the ball dead, or no, it's Alleman football.
Football.
Another fumble by UT. They're giving Alleman the chances here in the second half. The Pioneers are 0 for 1 on opportunities, but they're going to get another one. 1st and 10 inside the 20 this time at the 19-yard line.
Well, now we know why they punted. Defense comes up big.
So now Dana Just, the coach for Alleman, looks like a genius putting his defense out there again and causing another fumble, second in as many possessions for the Panthers. And coming back out is Matt Frank, the quarterback, 6'1", 185, and a junior under center. The give goes to Keeley, it looked like, and he'll get a couple of yards. As that time,
Ricardo Harris and I believe Ernie Jack might have made the tackle.
it looks like your new quarterback for the Alleman Pioneers is number 5, Ben Layer.
And Lair is coming back from an injury. Their number 1 quarterback, Aaron Ruthie, who's out for the season with what is that?
Layer on the option, nothing doing there as he's dropped for maybe a loss of a yard or 2.
Doug Seals made the tackle.
But Layer trying to come in and spark this Alleman offense as they are down big, but have been given a couple of great opportunities on 2 fumbles recovered deep into UT territory. First one was unsuccessful. This is a 3rd and 8 yards ago. Ball on the 18-yard line. As Layer is still your quarterback. Full house backfield now for the Pioneers. And the give is the 3rd back, number 28. That is Justin Hubbs. And he gets a couple of yards, and that's going to be about it. It'll bring up 4th down for the Pioneers. Ball marked on about the 16-yard line.
Once again, Ricardo Harris and Ernie Jack make the tackle.
Now going out to the wide left side is 83, Tim Carroll. 3 backs in the backfield for the Pioneers. Layer, your quarterback. Dropping back to pass, looking over for Carroll. Almost intercepted by
Good
Jack.
Defensive stop by number 25. Ernie Jack was right there.
Jack stepped into the passing lane, almost had a gift wrap ball right into his midsection, but he dropped it, and it'll be UT football once again. Another squandered opportunity by the Alleman Pioneers, as they've been given 2 possessions inside the 35-yard line of UT and have been unable to capitalize on both. Now it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. And a timeout will be called on the field by the Pioneers. They're trying to get some substitutions in and out, and they have to burn a timeout. Their first of the second half. With 7:21 to go, it's 26-0 Panthers. Back in a minute here on TCI Channel 38. First and 10 Panthers, ball on the 16-yard line as they take over for the 3rd time. Their first 2 possessions were fumbles. Clark goes in motion, and he gives the first back through. Jack gets maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, if that. Stopped by a host of Alleman tacklers. Getting up off the bottom of the pile for Alleman. Looked like 28 for Alleman. Justin Hubbs was one of the men in on the stop for Alleman. No gain on the play, so 2nd and 10, just under 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter on a Panther homecoming night. Receivers now wide to the left and right. Also, Clark goes wide to the right side, rolling out the pass, and caught by Clark, it looked like, near the 1st down marker. Nice catch. Freeman threw it out over his head, but Clark made a nice falling down catch.
And Justin Hubbs made the tackle.
Near the 1st down marker. It'll be 3rd and about 3 yards to go. 3rd and a long 2 for UT. As they'll now line up in a tight formation once again with 2 tight ends and the double wing formation. Turner is your lone back. The give goes to Harris off to the left side. Drives his way up near the 30-yard line. Dropped down about the 28. It will be enough for a 1st down, though, for the UT Panthers. As they have another 1st down. 1st and 10 on the 28-yard line.
Justin Hubbs, Eric Wood, and Tim Carroll were on the tackle.
Brian Seals, a freshman receiver for the Panthers, checks in once again. He'll line up at the tight end position on the left side of the line. Clark and Harris, your backs, swing backs once again, and Turner, your fullback. Turner gets the ball and still on his feet, keeps them legs churning, and gets about 3 to 4 yards on the carry just across the 30-yard line to about the 31.
Looks like John Arnold and Adam Stimson made the tackle.
Gain of about 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. As Travis Marner brings in the play, number 82. Freeman comes back under center. Jack, now you're back in the backfield. Clark goes in motion. They run the counter to Harris. Has the running room on the left side. Turns the corner to the 40 and is drugged down. Nice tackle made by number 29, Jeff O'Hearn. Good collar tackle, saving a big gain by Harris. As Jamar Harris is putting up some decent running numbers also tonight. Another 1st down for UT. They'll be on their own 43-yard line with 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Very quick moving 3rd quarter. Alleman with that 5-man front. Freeman back under center. Sends Clark in motion, pitches to Clark off to the right side, tries to get around the corner, gets to the 45 to 50, and is horse collared down near the 1st down marker into Pioneer territory, down on about the 48-yard line. Nice run again by Clark as he got around that corner on the right side.
He was first hit by Brian Donaway.
9-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 1.
It looked like he was going to have some room on the outside, but Donaway closed it down.
And the Panthers have not had to go to the air very often, as that running game's been producing some big numbers so far tonight. 335 yards total offense in the 1st half for the Panthers, including a 94-yard touchdown drive. Clark once again goes in motion. The give is to the fullback, number 40, Turner. And he churns his way into the first down yardage and inside the 45 down to the 44. Another first down for the Panthers, as they are just chewing up some major yards on the ground so far tonight against that Alleman front five, as they usually run, a five-man front.
Well, it looked like maybe Keeley and I missed who else made the tackle, but Keeley was there.
Clock continues to roll down to 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Receiver wide to the right side. Clark and Harris, your wingbacks. Harris in motion. Give is a first back through. Turner once again gets up near the 40-yard line of a gain of about 3 yards on the play.
Number 88, Tony DiUlio, grabbed him by the ankles to make the initial stop.
Now we'll have a pair of Harrises in the lineup for UT as Ricardo Harris, number 79, checks in, joined by Jamar Harris, number 5. Happy homecoming crowd so far for the Panthers. They're up 26-0 and driving right now with 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Freeman sends a man in motion, pitches to Harris off to the left side, tries to cut back, and is wrapped down. Good pursuit on the play by 78 and 88 for Alleman. 78 is Brandon Frommelt, and 88 is Tony DiUlio. We've been saying his name quite a lot on the defensive end, as he's made a lot of nice tackles for that Pioneer defense. Third and about 7 yards to go. Ball resting in between the 41 and 42-yard line. Tight formation once again for the Panthers. Jack is your lone back in the backfield. Rolling out the pass is Freeman. Has a man open, throws off balance, long downfield, and it falls incomplete as a flag comes in. That's going to be pass interference called against Alleman. Looked like number 20 for the Pioneers, Brian Donaway, was the man interfering with the intended receiver, Jesse Schroeder, number 80, and that's a big play for the UT Panthers. Keeps their drive going. It was 3rd and long. It'll be 1st and 10 after the pass interference call.
Well, I from this angle, I thought it might have been incidental contact, but
it looked like almost like both players slipped on the field as they cut for the ball, but nonetheless, the call was made by the sideline official. Pass interference. That'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down, as the Panthers continue to roll now down to the 26-yard line.
And I think Coach Just is over there trying to make his case that maybe it was a slip, an incidental contact, but the penalty's been called.
Now checking in for the Panthers is 82, Travis Marner. Haven't said Clark's name in a couple of plays, so you got to figure you'll see him in a play or two on either that counter or that pitch they like to run to him out of that wingback position. Turner is your lone back. Harris in motion. The give is to Turner off to the left side. Nothing doing there. Nice play made by 65 for the Pioneers. That is Chris Jones, and 60, Adam Stimson, combined on the stop after a gain of about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 as the clock now is at 1:33 and counting here in the third quarter.
Stimson came across the line real quick, grabbed runner by the ankles. Nice stop by Adam Stimson.
That Alleman defensive line's now starting to get the breakthrough in pursuit that they've needed all game. Had they had that all game, this could be a totally different score, but right now it stands at 26-0 UT. Freeman back under center, sends Clark in motion, pitches to Clark off to the right side, makes a couple of cuts, down to the 20-yard line, slips inside some tacklers, and down to the 10. Another first down for Terrence Clark and the UT Panthers as they march all the way down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be first down and goal to go, it looks like. Ball right on the 10.
Tim Carroll made the tackle, Nate Polish, and there was another one in there, but I forgot. And Panthers are on the way for another score, it looks like.
Both teams have been scoreless here in the third quarter, but UT's knocking on the door with 45 seconds left. They'll come in with that tight formation once again. Jack, your man in the backfield. Harris in motion. The pitch goes to Harris off to the left side. Good pursuit and a nice tackle.
Nice.
Penalty flag comes in late on the play.
But a nice play by number 32, Adam Keeley.
Penalty flag came from the backfield of Alleman, and it will be a holding call called against the UT Panthers. So it'll still be first and goal, but this time the ball will be on the 20-yard line.
Well, we're 33 seconds left in the third quarter, and UT has not scored, so Alleman defensively has done a much better job this half.
The Alleman defense has caused 2 fumbles, and unfortunately for their offense, they have not been able to capitalize on that here in the third quarter. This being the third possession of the quarter for UT. The first 2, as I mentioned, were fumbles. This one's going all the way down to the 22-yard line right now, where it's first and goal on the 22 after a holding penalty. Freeman gives to Clark on a counter. Nice cut back up the middle and down to the 15-yard line is Clark. As he gets back some of those penalty yards, it'll be second down and goal to go from the 15-yard line, as that will wind down the clock here in the third quarter. Scoreless third for both teams, and at the end of 3, it is still UT 26 and Alleman nothing. This is Western Big 6 football on TCI Channel 38. Driving, second and goal to go at their 15-yard line of Alleman. Freeman comes back under center, sends Harris in motion, looking back to pass, under some pressure, gets a man, and it is, caught and then dropped by number 80 from UT, Jesse Schroeder. Caught the ball out of his corner of his eye late, put his arms up, had it for a second, and then dropped it in the end zone. So it'll be 3rd and 15 now from the 15. Nice pass by Freeman. Under heavy pressure, took a hit as he got rid of the ball, and right on the money, but unfortunately Schroeder unable to bring the ball in. It'll bring out 3rd and 15 from the 15 for the Panthers. Clark goes in motion. Counter play goes to Harris off to the left side, cuts back, gets maybe a yard before he's stood up and hammered. Adam Doyle, number 79, one of the men spearheading the play there for the Alleman Pioneers. And
a host of Pioneers made that tackle, and we have one of them hurt.
We have a man down on the field for the Pioneers. And we're going to take an injury timeout here with 11:39 to go in the 4th. This is Western Big 6 football on TCI Channel 38. Chris Jones, the Pioneer, shaken up on the play, being helped off the field. Under his own power, though, so looks like he'll probably hopefully shake that off and come back in as we are just underway here in the 4th quarter. And it's all Panthers so far in a UT homecoming night, 26-0 over the Alleman Pioneers. It'll be 4th down, and UT is going to attempt a field goal for number 34, Terrence Clark. Has the leg for it. Ball will be spotted on about the 23-yard line. A 33-yard field goal attempt for Clark.
Well, he's got the wind behind him.
Spot is down the kick.
Lots of legs.
High, and it is good. That
had plenty of legs.
That was a booming field goal. That would have been good from about 45, 50 yards possibly with that kick, but it is good. And that boosts the lead to 29-0. 11 and a half minutes to go. Here in the fourth, UT up big. This is Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38. Wow. Bill Isaacson and Jess Medina back here at United Township High School, where Terrence Clark just boomed a 33-yard field goal through to make it 29-0 in favor of the UT Panthers. Kickoff high in the air, taken by number 31, Elkstrom, and he's going to keep it in the end zone for a touchback. Wise play by Elkstrom. As I mentioned during the break to Jess, that kick by Clark not only went through the uprights on the field, it went through the uprights of one of the floats back by the track. A booming kick by Clark, and we heard before we came in here that he's got a leg, and he's definitely showed it on some long kickoffs in that field goal. 29-0 now in favor of UT. Clark's going to probably try for 6 points on that one since he made it through 2 sets uprights, but I think he's going to have to be happy with the 3. First and 10 now for Alleman on their own 20-yard line. Man goes in motion and gives the first back through. Looked like number 32, Keeley, as your new quarterback is still number 5, Ben Layer, 6 feet, 151 pounds, and a junior.
The tackle was made by Mike Vickroy.
Gain of about 6 yards on the play. Second down, 4. Receiver coming split out to the near side is 85, Jason Collins. Split backfield, man in motion. Give is to the second back through, and that looks like it is Keeley once again, and he gets enough for a first down across the 30-yard line down to the 31. It'll be another first down, and that's something we haven't seen too much out of the Alleman Pioneers. Only 2 first downs in the first half, and I believe that's their first one here in the second half.
Monty Turner and Jason Connell made the tackles for the Panthers. It's going to be really tough for Alleman to do any passing, have a passing game here with the wind the way it is right now.
Layer gives to the third back through, number 31. That's Ekstrom, and he gets a pretty big gain. Run out of bounds at about the 41-yard line, close to a first down.
And Joey Sowell made the tackle for United Township. A 5'9", 168-pound junior.
It is just short of a first down, so second and about an inch, it looks like, from where they're marking the ball. Ball resting just shy of the 41-yard line. That's what they need for the first down. Full house backfield again for the Pioneers. Give is to 31, Ekstrom once again. Second effort may give him a first down. Nice run by Ekstrom. Stood up at first, and then a second effort may have gotten him the yardage for the first down.
As J.J. Brokaw pushed him out of bounds.
It is just enough for a first down, so first and 10, ball on the 42-yard line for the Pioneers. So back-to-back first downs out of Alleman. That's something we haven't seen at all out of them tonight.
They've all of a sudden seemed to have a burst of speed on the outside.
Layer, your quarterback, gives to 28. That is Justin Hobbs, and he gets up near the 45-yard line, brought down about the 44.
Ernie Jack and Doug Seals made the tackle.
Gain of about 2 yards on the play, second and 8. New man checking in for Alleman is number 3, Chris Mandel, 6'1", 165, and a junior. A lot of juniors on this Alleman football team also, so some young players that'll hopefully play big for the Pioneers in the future. Gives the second back through. Keeley runs into his own man, gets the 50, fumbles the ball, and it looks like Alleman has recovered it. 77 for the Pioneers. That is Corey DePorter, fell on the ball and recovered it. And we've seen Keeley fumble a couple of times tonight. Fumbled one on a kickoff, and it gave UT the ball near the end of that first half. But fortunate enough to recover it for Alleman. It'll be third down and a yard into UT territory now on the 49-yard line. As Layer will come up under center. Sends Donaway wide to the right side. 3 backs in the backfield. Give is to 31 Ekstrom. Gets around the corner down to the 40-yard line, just shy of it before he's knocked out of bounds. Well enough for the first down and then some. Down to the UT 41-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Starting to show a little bit of life with 9 minutes to go here in this football game, but it could be too little too late as they're down big 29-0.
And the tackle was made by J.J. Brokaw and Ernie Jack. And the Pioneers are starting to show some speed on the outside, though.
Layer back under center. Give is to 28. That's Hubbs. And he gets a big gain near first down yardage once again to the 32-yard line. Stopped just shy of the first down marker by number 6, Brokaw, and number 40, Monty Turner.
Setting the defense for the Panthers, we have number 25, Ernie Jack, got 40, Monty Turner. We have 79, Ricardo Harris, 77, Mike Vickroy, 73, Jason Connell, 27, Joey Soul, 5, Jamar Harris, and we'll try to catch the rest of the defense later.
Man goes in motion from right to left. Give is to Keeley, the first back through, gets enough for the first down near the 30-yard line, and it'll be another first down for the Pioneers. They're showing some pretty good drives here in this fourth quarter. A pretty good drive, actually, put together 4 first downs in that first drive after only 2 in the entire first half. So the Pioneers are starting to run a little bit of offense.
Monty Turner made the tackle on that. Also like to mention the number 22, Randy Frazier, is in the ball game for the Panthers.
Here you see that UT defense maybe a little tired as a lot of the players in that defense go both ways on offense as well. Dropping back to passes, laying out heavy pressure, hit as he throws, and that's going to be well overthrown. Intended receiver was number 26, looked like Pat Martinez. Heavy pressure put on by 25, Jack, and 79, Ricardo Harris. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line for the Pioneers. 7:53 to go here in the fourth quarter.
They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback that time.
Alleman trying to get on the board for the first time in this ball game. 29-0 in favor of UT. Layer's first pass attempt since he's come in here in the second half. Give is to Hubbs, and he has gotten nowhere. Lost about 3 yards on the play as well. Tackled by Harris again. Also on the play is number 80, Jesse Schroeder. Loss of about 2 yards on the play. 3rd and 12 now.
Try to catch some of the Alleman offensive numbers. While number 85, Jason Collins, is going out. I believe he comes in and out and shuffles the plays in. Is that number 80? Seamus Ahern is coming in. 66 is the center, Craig Cramsey.
Ekstrom goes in motion, gives the first back through, and a gain of about 3 yards on the play. The give was to Keeley. It'll be 4th down and about 10 yards to go for the Pioneers on the UT 30-yard line. They're going to go for it. They have to. Down 29-0 with 6:45 to go here in this ball game.
Number 75, Matt Burton, is in for the Pioneers.
Ekstrom split out wide to the right. Rolling out the pass is Layer. Throws over the head of Hubbs and just short of a diving Ekstrom, it looked like. And it'll be 1st and 10 UT as the defense came up big once again for the Panthers. And they'll have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line with 6.5 minutes to go.
Number 62, John Arnold, is in. Number 20, Brian Donaway. Number 29, Jeff O'Hearn. Number 88, Tony DiUlio.
Mike Naraki is a new running back in for the UT Panthers as Freeman gives the ball off for a gain of about a yard by, look at number 5, Jamar Harris. 2nd and 9 on the 31-yard line.
Matt Roweeder for the Pioneers is in. Brandon Fromelt. And the tackle on that play was made by Tony DiUlio. And he has had a lot of tackles tonight.
Paul Cercione, your new quarterback for the Panthers, just checked in place of Freeman. Gives off to the first back through the hole. Looked like 23 now Rocky. 5'9", 165, and a sophomore on the carry.
61, which I don't have, made the tackle for the Pioneers.
Cercione, 5'9", 140, and a sophomore. As a lot of the reserves for the UT Panthers getting some playing time here in this homecoming game at United Township High School. Jack is your lone man in the backfield. Runner goes in motion. The pitch goes out to number 29. That is DJ Williams, 5'10", 160, sophomore. Gets a couple of yards up to about the 38-yard line, where it'll be 4th and 2 yards to go for the Panthers. A lot of new faces checking in for both teams. Just trying to get some experience on down the line for both squads. As Cercione, your new quarterback, just checked in a couple of plays ago. And a timeout taken by UT. We'll take one as well. 4.5 to go here in the ball game, and the Panthers up 29-0. This is Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38. To go here in this ball game. UT up comfortably 29-0. Here's the first time we've seen this out of UT tonight. Punt formation for the Panthers. 34. Terrence Clark back to punt for UT. Ekstrom, one of your return men. High end over end punt. And it's going to bounce on about the 15-yard line, take a big UT roll, and it's going to be down at the half-yard line. Number 6, J.J. Brokaw had his heels almost touching the goal line. That's as close as you can get without going into the end zone. And the Pioneers
kick.
Talk about in the shadow of your own goalpost.
Wow. We've certainly seen a kicking game tonight.
We've seen some excellent kickers featured in this ball game. The punter for Alleman, 62, John Arnold, been booming some punts, 68 yards on one of them. And Terrence Clark, 34 for UT, has been kicking the ball almost out of the stadium so far tonight for the Panthers. Layer, your quarterback, 1st and 10 on about the 1 foot line, and the give goes to the first back through. That looks like it is 32. Keeley.
We're seeing a lot of different numbers in there now. 71 just came in. Justin Reed. 89. James Miller, 83. Jason Peel. Was that 31? Miles Edmonds.
Chris Mandel goes wide as receiver for the Pioneers. 2nd and about 7 yards to go. Give is to number 27.
Oh, and Turner hits him as he's standing up. Man, as TJ always says on our Mac broadcast, when you see him coming, just hit the ground. Save your body.
Gain of about 2 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Ball marked on the 5-yard line.
Ryan Whitlock just came out. 88 is in. D. Hunter.
Layer running the option, going to keep it himself, has a little bit of running room, cuts back, gets up to about the 15-yard line. That's going to be enough for a 1st down for Alleman, as Layer kept it on the option, made a nice cut back and got about 7 or 8 yards to move the sticks to the 15-yard line.
D. Hunter and Miles Edmonds made the tackle for the Panthers.
As we now tick down under 3 minutes to go here in this ball game, and Alleman just trying to get on the scoreboard. They're down 29-0. '85, Jason Collins comes wide to the near side. Split backfield. Give is to the first back through. 31 Ekstrom, and he gets about 4 yards, it looks like. 2nd and 6 for the Pioneers. A lot of new faces shuffling in and out for both teams now. It's kind of hard to keep a tab on all of them, but we're doing our best. Mandel comes wide to the near side now. Split backfield again under Layer, the quarterback. Fakes the handoff underneath. Tries to throw in the flat. That is tipped.
Number 83, Jason Peel.
Nice play by Peel. 5'11", 175, and a senior.
64, Dan Hilburn is in. 23, Mike Naraki.
Minutes even to go in this football game. A lot of the crowd starting to file out of this stadium as they have been satisfied
64,
with their...
Dan Hilburn is in.
Option play goes out to Ekstrom. Fumbles the ball. It's
recovered.
UT football. Look like 84. Brian Seals, a freshman wide receiver, was in on defense and made the fumble recovery. It'll be UT ball, 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line. But that pretty much sums up the way that Alleman's been going tonight. And 1:54 to go. UT, just a couple of runs here and there, and this one's going to be over with.
Number 50 for the Panthers coming in, John Ritchie. Number 83 is in, Jason Peel. 84, Brian Seals.
Circione, still your quarterback.
29, DJ Williams.
Sends a man in motion and gives the first back through. Checking to see who it was. Looked like number 23, Mike Noraki. Adam Stimson on the stop, and John Arnold for the Pioneers. You got to give Alleman credit. They didn't give up. They just ran into a better football team tonight in the UT Panthers, as they've been run over 29-0. And UT just going to run the ball a couple of more times. Clock ticking down to 1:20 and rolling here in the 4th quarter. Circione back under center. Single back in the backfield.
Mitch Remore is the center.
And Circione just takes a knee, and they're going to run the clock out as we hit 1 minute left. About one or two more snaps, and this one's going to be over with. Has a heck of a performance put on tonight by number 34, Terrence Clark, for the UT Panthers. 130 yards rushing in the first half. 159 total yards rushing, as Clark got a lot of breathers in that second half. No contest throughout after the halftime buzzer went off. It has been all UT tonight. A happy Panther homecoming as Circione takes the knee once again, and that should pretty much do it.
And the Panthers are going to go 2-1 in the Western Big Six, 4-2 overall. The Pioneers will drop to 0-3 in the conference, 1-5 overall. And you can see Dana Just making his way across the field, shake the hands of Mike Tracy.
And that's going to wrap things up here from United Township High School. Final once again, 29-0 on a Panther homecoming. The UT Panthers are dominant tonight. For Jess Medina, I'm Bill Isaacson saying so long. This has been Western Big Six football on TCI Channel 38.